Since your SAT test is near, let's take a full test together using Desmos. First question. 2 plus 1 is 3 and negative 9 plus 1 is negative 8. Jump at a total of 165 for a microscope by making a down payment of 37 plus P monthly payment of 16. So 16P plus 37 should be equal to 165. Which equation correctly gives M in terms of N and P? I think it's easy. What's the value of G of 3? 8 multiplied by 3 is 24 plus 1, 25, and the square root of 25 is 5. The table gives the distribution of votes for a new school mascot and grade level for 80 students. If one of these students is selected at random, what's the probability of selecting a student whose vote for a new mascot was for a lion? For a lion, the total is 20. 20 over 80 is C. A student council group is selling school posters for a fundraiser. They use the function P of X, which shows profit, and X is school posters. In order to earn a profit of 900, how many posters must he sell? So 900 is equal to 5t minus. So t is 224. Yeah. The most appropriate linear model. Y-intercept is positive, so it's either B or D, and the slope is negative, so yeah, B is our answer. What's the value of Y? For Y and 3x plus 4 equals 2y. So Y is 1. We have the frequency table with 57 data values. What is the maximum data value? 14. Circle K has a radius of 4 millimeters. L has an area of 100 pi. What is the total area? 4 squared is 16, and 16 plus 100 is 116 pi. What's the value of 4 minus 3x? Let's consider 4 minus 3x as t. So we will have 90 plus 2 equals 8t plus 80. So 4 minus 3x is equal 16. FGH is similar to triangle JKL. Sinus of F is, what's the value of sinus of J? Okay, they're equal. F and J correspond to each other, so yeah, the answer is B. A wire with a length of 106 inches is cut into two parts, X and Y. The value of X is 6 more than 4 times the value of Y. What's the value of X? So X is 4y plus 6, 4 times the value, 6 more than 4 times, yes. And X plus Y equals 106. So 1x. Which of the following is the best impression of X in this context? A certain township consists of a 5-hectare industrial park and 24-hectare neighborhood. Okay, the total of trees is 4,529. So the total trees is equal to 5x plus 24y, and we know that 5 represents a 5-hectare industrial park. So looking for keywords, it's either A or C. The total number of trees in this industrial park or the average number of trees per hectare. So because it's multiplied by 5, the answer is A, the average number of trees per hectare. Which expression is equivalent to A to 11 over 12? For sure A is not the answer. For B, we will have yeah, 11 over 12. That's our answer. We have f of x, and g of x is the result of translating the graph of f of x up 4 units. And we want g of x, g of 0, the y-intercept. So we will have f of x equals and g of x is f of x plus 4. Yeah, 4. G of 0 is 76. The solution to the given system of equation is x and y. What's the value of x minus y? We just insert it in Desmos as usual. 4x plus 1, 4y equals 15x minus 8. So x minus y is negative 12 plus 47. Which of the following is the best impression of the y-intercept of the graph in this context? So y-intercept is where t is equal to 0, and f of t would be 8,000. So looking for the keyword is either B or D. The given function f models the number of coupons the company sent to their customers at the end of each year, where t represents the number of years since the end of 1998. So since t is starting from the end of 1998, it's gonna be D, the estimated number of coupons the company sent to their customer at the end of 1998. Landscaper uses a hose that puts 88x ounces of water in a bucket in 5 minutes. Water the hose puts in the bucket in 9 minutes at this rate. 88x at 5 minutes, and we want to know the ounces in 9 minutes. So it's gotta be 88x multiplied by 9y over 5y. So this is the answer. The smallest solution, SQRT, x minus 2 to 2 equals SQRT 3x plus 34. -3. Yes, it's our smallest answer. Triangle XYZ is similar to triangle RST such that, okay, the measure of Z is 20. What's the measure of T? Z and T, they correspond to each other, so they're equal, 20. The function f is defined like this, and g of x is f of x plus 2, defines the function g. So g of x is equal to 9 multiplied by 4 to x plus 2. Let's insert the options we have. 18 multiplied by 4 to x. This is not our answer. Yeah, this is our answer. The first part is finished. Now we're going to start model 2. First question, what's the median of the data shown? We have 9 numbers, so the middle number would be the 5th number, which is 79. Right triangles LMN and PQR are similar. Angle M has a measure of 53. What is the measure of angle Q? M corresponds to Q, so they're equal. The table shows 3 values of x and the corresponding values of y for this equation. What's the value of A? So 4 multiplied by over 3 plus 3 would be B. How many solutions does the given equation have? They're equal, so infinitely many solutions. Which equation best represents this model where x is the number of years after 2005? Population of Bergen was 15,000 in 2005, so 50,000 is our initial number, so it's either C or D. The model also predicts that each year for the next 5 years, the population P increased by 4% of the previous year's population. It's increasing, so D is our answer. What's the value of A plus B? So let's insert it in Desmos. X-intercept is -7, which is A, plus B, y-intercept is 28. So our answer is A. Which expression is equivalent to this, where x is greater than 7? So 8x multiplied by x minus 7 minus 3 multiplied by x minus 7 over 2x minus 14. And right now we can insert the options. We have x minus 7 over 5. They are not equal, so this is not our answer. 8x minus 3 over 2. This is our answer. Circle A has a radius of 3n and circle B has a radius of 129n, where n is a positive constant. The area of circle B is how many times the area of circle A? So 129 squared over the square of 3, which is 9. So The answer is D. A circle has center O and points R and S lie on the circle. In triangle ORS, the measure of RS is 88 degrees. What is the measure of RSO in degrees? So we have a triangle ORS and one of our degrees is 88. So in this triangle, the two lengths is equal, which is equal to the radius of the circle. So our angles are equal, and it's equal to 46. A business owner plans to purchase the same model of chair for each of the 81 employees. The total budget is 14,000, which includes a 7% sales. Which of the following is closest to the maximum possible price per chair before sales tax? Since we want the maximum possible price, we should consider all of our budget, which is 14,000. It's equal to 81 multiplied by the price of the chair, plus we also need to pay tax. 7% of T multiplied by 81 because we want 81 chairs. So it's roughly equal to B. A right triangle has a length of 24 and 21 centimeters. If the length of this triangle hypotenuse in centimeters can be written in the form like this, where D is an integer, what's the value of D? 24 squared plus 21 squared. It's equal to 9 multiplied by D. So it's equal to 1017 and D is 130. The positive number A is 230% of the number B and A is 6% of the number C. If C is P% of B, which of the following is closest to the value of P? In these questions, which is such a common questions, it's much easier to consider one of these constants as a number. So for example, if we have A is 230% of B and I consider B as 1. So A is 2.3 and A 2.3 is 60% of the number C. So we find C here. If C is P% of B, which is 1, P is D. Which of the following could describe this function? The rate is constant, so it's either B or D, it's linear. And also we have a number bigger than 100%, so it's increasing. The table gives coordinates of 2 points on a line in the xy plane. The y-intercept of the line is k minus 5 and b, where k and b are constants. What's the value of b? Let's put our points to the table like the question. We cannot have the equation since we don't have k, but we know that the y-intercept, we have the y-intercept, and we know that in y-intercept the x is equal to 0. So k minus 5 is equal to 0, so k is 5. Now we can have the linear regression here, and based on the equation, b is 33. Yeah. Ken made 32 cups of vegetable broth, then filled X small jars and Y large jars with all the vegetable broth he made. We have an equation represent this situation, which is the best interpretation of 5y in this context. Y is for large jars, so our keyword is large. So it's either A or it's C. We want 5y. So y, based on this question, y is the number of large jars can filled. So because we want 5y, not y, C is our answer, the total number of cups of vegetable broth in the large jars. One of the two equations in a system of linear equations is given. The system has no solution. Which equation could be the second equation in this system? Has no solution. Okay, so the slope should be equal to 1 over 12. Which equation could be the second? So for sure A is not our answer. For B we have 1/3 over 4. So B can be our answer. Yeah, and they're not equal, so B is our answer. Which of the following are solutions to the given equation where A is a constant and A is bigger than 30? If we divide both sides to x minus 29, we will have x minus A equals to 1. So A plus 1 is one of our answers for sure. A cannot be our answer, because in that case we will have 1 equal to 0, and we don't want that. And if we put 29 as x, it's also okay because in this case we have 0 equals to 0. So yes, C is our answer. Yeah, C is our answer. One gallon of stain will cover 170 square feet of a surface. A yard has a total fence area of W square feet. Which equation represents the total amount of stain, S in gallons, needed to stain the fence in this yard twice? Okay. 1 gallon, 170 square feet. So we don't want it, we don't have that, we don't have S, and we also know that W is the area. Since we want to, we have the word twice, we can put 2W here. So it will be 2W over 170. So our answer is D. In the xy plane, the graph of the equation intersects the line y equals to c at exactly 1 point. What's the value of c? At exactly 1 point for a parabola means vertex. So let's just insert it in Desmos. So this is the point of a vertex, and y for the line equals y equals c would be c. What was the estimated depth to the nearest meter of the sail 10 meters after it entered the water? The quadratic function g models the depths in meters 10 minutes after the seal entered the water. The function estimates that the seal reached its maximum depth of 302.4 meters 6 minutes after it entered the water, and then reached the surface of the water 12 minutes after it entered the water. So it looks like we have some points. So we use table. Point 4, and for 12 we have 0. Also, since the parabola is symmetric and also it makes sense in our problem, at x equal to 0 we have 0 depth. We have 3 points, so we can have the equation. We want x equal to 10. So the answer is 168. The area of a rectangular region is increasing at a rate of 250 square feet per hour. Which of the following is closest to this rate in square meters per meter? (250 square feet). In order to change square feet to square meter, we will have 1 square meter is 3.28 square. So now we have a square meter. Now we want to change hour to minute. So 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Hour is in the, it should be in the numerator. Yeah, that's right. So A is our answer. In the given pair of equations, A and B are constants. The graph of this pair of equations in the xy plane is a pair of perpendicular lines. Which of the following pairs of equations also represents a pair of perpendicular lines? Since they're perpendicular, it means that the product of their slopes is equal to -1. So 5 over -7 multiplied by t, which is a over -b, is equal to -1. So a over -b is equal to 7 over 5. Remember that. So we should consider each options one by one to see which one is correct. 10 over -7 multiplied by a over (2b). So for this we have -7 over 10. It's 1, so it should be -1, so it's not our answer. We can consider A as 7 and B as -5. For B, we will have 10 over -7 multiplied by A over (-2b). So for this one, we will have A equal to 7 and B equal to (-5). So yeah, our answer is B, because the product is (-1 and they're perpendicular. We're finished. today's video is over, guys. I hope that it's helpful for you. If you want to know how to use Desmos for your SAT test, you can look at my other videos. Also, if my video is helpful for you, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that I see you in the next one.